Hey, I'm BNI Brick, and I got a Treefer Thursday. Alright, time to hold all these up here and show you. We take our snippety snappity shoppity doppity. Oh, everything in the picture. Ah, yes, it is. Yeah. All right. Feels so fake when I do that, but that's supposed to be what gets views. Like that reaction face, like oh my god. Anyways, got our first one, and first of all, before we even get beginning, sorry I lied to you. The whole Great American Family Road Trip. It was the Great American Family Road Trip across country because we're moving. So by now, you've obviously already watched the 3rd annual LEGO Community Saturday stream, which I hosted on my channel last Saturday. It was an amazing success. It was tremendous, outstanding, and wonderful. It was top-notch, and it was fully rated. Anyways, I'm obviously filming all of these here in my office. I haven't been running home through my TARDIS to do these videos and throwing on the same t-shirt from my former lug, C-Lug. I am looking for a new lug. Hopefully will be accepted happily into Pen Lug, where we are now residing in Pennsylvania, Hershey, Pennsylvania, to be exact. And now it's all coming together with people like, oh yeah, Hershey, Pennsylvania, the pictures of the Hershey bars with the flowers. Woo-woo. Yeah. So we moved. I retired. We are going to be a full-time stay-at-home dad. And I'm going to keep the LEGO store. 16 by 32. Ooh. 16 by 32 in some colors. Need some cleaning, which they shall receive. 7-stud road, old school Hopital, and straight up old green. Gotta love that green. Also have the raised base plate with the trail ride. Ambush Alley. Ambush Alley raised base plate. That is the official new name. Ambush Alley. Alright, so we got this right here, which needs some TLCing. Which it will receive from me prior to going into the store and hitting the road and being in my new BrickLink store, which is hopefully by now open. Because now it is, let's see, like July 10th? I think this is going to come out on July 10th. This is also including a little vloggage, so, you know I'm going to look at stuff. There's a Treefer Thursday, so 13th of July. Yes, we're definitely open, aren't we? Yes. And you're looking for these now, aren't you? Well, I can provide them. All right. And did we see this? Sorry. Classic. And very nice because it'll be cleaned up. There's no stress. Hard to find these with no stress. You'd be surprised how easily those things are to stress. Especially along the top. I'm not talking about being bent. I'm talking about people pressing down on it. So, in all seriousness, like I'm stay-at-home dad now. I am no longer working the 3 jobs that I was. Most important being fatherhood. No longer have corporate America. And it's just me and you and BrickLink and Brick Owl. And hopefully at some point eBay and Etsy and Amazon and whatever else I'm supposed to be doing and selling on that I have no clue. By now I'm working on a logo, so I'm real. And let's move on to the second one, because that's why you're actually watching. Most of you don't watch to actually listen to me. You watch to see new stuff. I know I'm not really that entertaining. I know I'm definitely not as entertaining as I think I am. So let's just get that out. Alright. keep that sound effect going for some reason. That's a hydrofoil. Some of the lower gauge or thickness of the curved rail that'll go in the personal. A support in the personal. Printed space quarter panel, I think it is, printed 6x16 in light gray in reddish brown. DBG plate, base plate, old school base plate. This also came on with a target in the center, which I think was used as a rug back there. DBG plate, light gray 6x16, DBG plate. There we go, found them all. And then a smattering of road plates and base plates. Big black brick plate, random. Sorry, the sigh was because I've said on other ones, they've recently started putting those in there. It's not really recent now because by now it's been at least 6 months. But still, it's like, you know, just because like 1 or 2 of the 6x16 plates are worth something doesn't mean they all are. These black pillars right here, these will go into personal. Here, I'm trying to get them on screen. We go, obviously, for boat, we strip down back into personal. Six by 16 brick, and then some of these supports. Let's just call them supports, because that's all y'all freaking use them for. Because nobody's building a ball field with this anymore. 1 or 2 y'all are rebuilding and revisiting the sports series from when you were younger. We got it for you if you need it. Like the whole thing. You could, if you had a thing for a sports set, I'm pretty sure I can get you at least 80 to 90% of all the stuff, not including minifigures. But these are great for support. Somebody take me up on it and show the peoples, so I don't have to. Here, this is pretty cool. This is a glowy part. It also has the eyeballs on it. Saleability unknown. Oh, nice. I think these are from the recent car carrier 6x16 again. Great for boats, great for boats. Tell people. Alright. 6x16 DBG brick. 6x16 DBG base plate. 6x16 black plate. Oh, nice. I didn't see these in there. Supports. All of them. Mine. This is a boat piece, as I was recently learned. That'll be the store. Old dark gray rock. Another one of these printed panels from space. And boat piece. Alright. Second bag down. Off to the third. I'm going to talk. So yeah, we're going real. We're sorry, so kitty brick fell on the floor and I'm looking for it while I'm supposed to be talking to you. Like you're right here in front of me and it's cool to do that. But you're not. You're at home and I'm supposed to be all professional now because this is my job. I have in effect, taking this on as a job, as a responsibility, as a means to stay home with my children and allow us as a family to have somebody at home when they get home, and somebody there when they leave, and someone to be there if there's any questions. It was really important to me that our kids get that, and also I was corporate America was slowly killing me. I wasn't really this gray before coming to my most recent job. It got tremendously worse, and it wasn't from aging. I'm 45, so. Last one is semi-personal. Most of this will go to the kids. All of it's going to go to the kids, to be honest with you. But it was just, this was going, and it had all of the new track. The thinner gauge track, as I just mentioned, is stuff that goes into our personal. So I grabbed it. This auction finished at like 20 bucks. There's at least, 3 or 4 friend sets in there. Some junior stuff, and excuse me. From the look of it, there's a good amount of stuff, and it looks all Lego. I don't see any of the mega crap in there. Well, there's also, there's aerials in here. There's a good amount of stuff. So, I'm not going to pull this apart because we're moving, but, this will be going to the girl. Because I'm really interested in building a very large roller coaster with her. Not a powered one, one that she can have fun with, just, it's not going to be really wide, but very long, so she's able to go and play with the car and do stuff like that, and maybe throw some some insane stuff in there that could never happen, like a loop-de-loop, so she could have some fun going, ooh, probably with a different, higher pitch sound effect, but she could, possibly make that sound as she's playing, to show her enjoyment and love of Daddy, for he just built this wonderful thing for her. So that's what I'm hoping I'm doing. That's going to be a new and future project. We're currently in a temporary facility, meaning that this is not our permanent living space. We are renting a place until we get our permanent. That either being a build or falling across a place that happens to be suitable to a family of 4, who will eventually be living there for the rest of the old people life, and is also suitable for a business that will not have shopping in the store, but will have the capacity to take on employees, which means we got to find a place that basically has a mother-in-law in the basement, because we got to have a pooper for employees if we ever get them. Or you guys, if you want to stop by for a barbecue or something sometime. Like, yeah, I'm going to be on the East Coast. I'm on, when this video airs, I'm on the East Coast. Yeah, I did it. I won. That's pretty much the feeling right now if you're not getting it. Like, I'm really sorry that, like, I personally did not let a lot of you in on the full story. A lot of you figured it out on your own. A couple of you did little chatty Cathy blabbermouths, which, is going to happen, I understand. Wasn't something really that needed to be hidden from you guys. It was more, per se, because commerce. Alright? Like, I wanted to get some scratch before we moved, because we're selling this house, and we're getting the new place, and we might have that double rent thing going on for a while. And to be honest with you, like, I wanted to keep money rolling in as long as I could, to facilitate anything I need, facilitate the needs of my family if the needs arose. Just doing the dad thing. But, so yeah, right now it is currently Saturday, June 17th. The movers are coming tomorrow. This obviously is in the past for you and you don't care, but I kept secrets for you, so now I'm sharing. Got rid of my Jeep, sold that thing. Boy, that was a hell ride watching those guys load that thing up on the Jeep, because all four wheels were seized at the beginning. The fourth one popping just as it finally got out of the trailer. So, yay, owner of that peep bag. Got rid of a lot of stuff in garage sales, donated a lot of stuff to charity. Let's see, Bigby Gives so far this year has donated over 1,000 pounds of Lego to charity. That was not just because of the move. We were planning quite a large donation this year, but because of the move, all of the brick that I normally save up for the orphanage was donated to just quickly to Goodwill organizations around the greater Seattle area. I didn't have time to arrange like the wholesome, like the real well thought out type of stuff that we're planning on in the future, but it'll be coming. This is definitely phase 2 rolling at you. Like the launch of the real store with me doing this full time behind Daddy-in, me launching off the Bigby Gives a lot stronger than it has, and a lot probably more public. I've been fairly non-advertising, I guess, with that, because there's a little bit of me that gets a little stomach twisted when people use charity for their own betterment. It's one of the reasons why I have a lot of problems when I try to do my sales, because it goes towards veterans, and you know, it's for their betterment. Not that they need betterment, because they're actually better people than most people, but because I don't like that I get advertising and publicity out of it, because that's just the way I am. But I understand the nature of the beast, and now that I've transitioned from being, you know, data scientist, engineer, to family guy / businessman, I've got to approach that beast as it is and do things. I didn't want to do any of that before we moved. Just, you know, we didn't have time to like set up shots or anything like that. It's just, but anyways, we're going to be doing a lot more stuff as far as that goes with the Bigby Gives. Bigby Bricks, of course, still going to be coming at you. Am I going to go and be the biggest store on BrickLink in the world, larger than all of everyone in Europe? I don't know. What do you guys think? What should I do? Comment down below. Let's have a conversation. Let's, seriously, like, let's chat it up. I got time to answer real questions in the comments below. I'm probably just going to hit like if it's something that it could just be like a acknowledgement. Of course, giving out thanks to people, who trying to give feedback from people. Will there be an up-and-coming city? Yes. When? That is phase 3. So that will come with the permanent residence. So please be understanding of that. I've seen so many people go through moves and stuff like that with their cities, and it just looks like absolute hell. And to be perfectly honest with you, I've got to get my feet underneath me with learning how to be a businessman. Never having been really a businessman before in my life, always being very analytical, very data-driven, and or numbers-driven, to be honest with you. And there's some nuances of business that takes a certain personality type, and to be perfectly honest with you, like, I'm not that personality type in person. Like, here in the camera, sitting alone in the room, talking to myself, staring at myself on a camera, hoping that somebody enjoys this, is easy because it's a character role. It's easy to get into the character, but in the real life, like, I'm fairly sheepish. So it'll be interesting how all of this goes. Like, I've had major vendors say yes to me, that they would give me stuff to put in every order, because I was in character. And it's been hard to follow up on that because of said sheepishness. But tortoise shall come out of its shell in one way or another. Maybe I'll have to figure out how to do video conferences with potential vendors so that I can maintain character role in the safety of my own home. Anyways, some of you get me, others of you don't, and that's okay if you don't. It's YouTube. Be who you want. You can be yourself. This is me, but in a very escalated and comfortable fashion that would take years for me to be like this with you guys. Anyways, that's probably way more than you wanted to know about me. All you give a crap about is the store. Which route should we take? Should we go giant store, biggest in the world? Or should I continue down the path of trying to provide as much selection as possible to you in the way of new parts? Let me know. When we left Washington State, I was the largest store in Washington State in both selection and size in new parts. We're pretty much, as of closing the store, still unparalleled as far as selection and quantity paired together. Going forward, I will not have the space restrictions that I have in this room. We're below 2,500, 250 square feet in this room. Hopefully, I had the time to do a store tour for you guys. So hopefully, you've already seen that and it was cool. But that's now been torn down and shipped out, and I've got to put it all back together. But lead me down a path. Give me ideas. Give me thoughts. If you're somebody that likes to do stuff, let me know. I'm probably going to hire employees at some point. Definitely not full-time. It'll be on need basis, and we are in the Hershey, Pennsylvania area, the smell-good town of America. I honestly could not think of a better place to be. I've never been here before in my life. With the airing of this video, I am very happy. But just, chat it up. I got the time now. I'm not doing crazy hours. The plan is to be a dad one. Dad one, not store one. I am not chasing after some crazed money dream at all. I have covered my kids. So now the store is here to cover my wife and I. This is basically, the store is now our retirement. So as it goes will be as we live. No pressure on you. Somebody's going to take that totally wrong. Anyways, 23 minutes. This is probably the longest that I've talked for a long time. And I'm going to talk a little bit more. So just so you know, coming up in the month of July, I'm working with another great YouTuber who is the right type of personality type for the two of us to mash together to bring back that other LEGO show. If you were a subscriber of that other LEGO show, we'd be happy to know it will be returning. Also returning will be the seller stream. I've already spoken to the crew over at Holland & Ballin, and I've spoken to Bricksmith for Late Lego, and both of them are okay with me wedging myself in the middle of the two of them. On those weekends when Bricksmith does have the Late Lego auction, we will just have a small show for the seller stream, which will be buffered right up into Late Lego. It's only going to be a half an hour show. Seller stream will normally be the 1 hour show like it was before. I'm hoping to bring back the same sellers we had before, maybe some new ones, maybe special guests, maybe be able to eventually get people on there that deal with more of the selling related things, so we can continue on with the series of teaching folks how to do what we do well, not being that jackal that gives BrickLink and BrickOwl bad names. What else will be happening? Oh yeah, I'm coming back to Saturday stream. Once a month, I'll be hosting. We'll have the old school style that I used to host, which means get your mock on. We're going to have the entire community on there, all age ranges. Show off your stuff. There will be prizes. There will be live public builds. I'm still a little against live builds in the show, where that's the base of the show because it's so ending to the show when it's over. But basically going to try to really help Hoosier get it rolling again and get its feet back underneath itself. The LEGO's Community Saturday stream matters. You know, it's one place that a lot of people in the community really discover the rest of the community. And when you do have a good revolution of hosts from different areas of the LEGO community, it exposes a lot of different people that wouldn't otherwise catch the channels, because there's a freaking million channels out there just for LEGO. So go check it out. Go count them. I'll wait. Alright. So, you know, it brings people together. And it matters. There's been so many people over the past 3 years that have told me that the way that they really discovered the LEGO community, or the way that they came out to the LEGO community, because I also was in the LEGO closet with YouTube for many years, because I just was afraid to talk, was because of the LEGO Community Saturday stream. Whether it be when I was hosting, when Bricksmith was hosting, or when Haley was hosting, or now when Hoosier's hosting. It's because it was a place where everybody felt comfortable to come forward. And I think it's worth it to reinvest some time into that and get its feet back underneath it. And I'm getting hoarse, so just a moment while we take a break from our corporate sponsor. Obviously in the middle of the move because I am jacked on Mountain Dew and drinking as much caffeine as possible because I got a lot of crap to do. Alright, I've been sitting here for 27 minutes. That's it. That's all. I'm sorry I lied to you. For the welfare of my family, to keep bringing in that cold, hard, green ducats before we left, I had to. But, you know what? Y'all got your orders. They shipped in crazy, amazing time. I am the mother... Jimmy John's of LEGO shipping. That's it. That's all. I'm patting myself on the back. I'm Big B. Brick. Thanks for joining.